Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, welcome to the Trap Bootcamp podcast. We have my girl Gizzle on. What is up? How are you?
Oh man, what's up? Man, I can't complain. I'm blessed, just blessed to be here another day, another chance to get to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Every day above ground is a blessing, I mean, I'm really starting to tap into that a lot more, especially during quarantine, because you having to like create something to do with your life for the day. And I've made some busy days, but I'm thankful for every day because there's some people that are not waking up right now, So I want to, just welcome to the Trap Bootcamp podcast. This is a place, it's a safe space. You can have a drink, you can smoke the weed, you can do whatever you want. It is a health and fitness podcast, but it's a different kind. And my fitness and health, I feel, is from the inside out. And you could be a person that's trying to change cosmetically, but if you don't change from the inside, nothing on the outside is really going to change for good. So I try to make sure that I touch people that have things that heal you from the inside out, and then they're just those people, and you to me are just like, you walk with that. It's like you have a glow about yourself. And I researched and I looked at a lot of videos, and every time I look, you just have this like glow on your face, like you have something to share with people. And when I came to ZEN THUG, I felt it, I felt it every single time. I've been to, I don't know how many you've had, but I've been to 3, and I will continue to go every single time. So tell the people about yourself, Gizzle.
Oh, man, well, thank you so much for that. We always love that when you show up, you always bring the energy, you and Bliss, and then you brought the kiddies out this time.
They loved it too.
Man, I'm glad they did. I'm happy they just participated, because sometimes when you're in that age group, you're just too cool for school. So
right.
But yeah, I'm Gizzle. I'm from LA. South Central to be exact, the West Side, Expo baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got started in the music industry, battle rapping around the city. Got a few eyes on me, and when I decided that I wasn't gonna take the major record label route, I got into songwriting, which is where I pretty much made most of I guess my career and my name for myself. So I've been a songwriter for nearly 15 years now.
For everybody.
Yeah, and I've been blessed to work and write with a multitude of people. Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, Diddy, Ozuna, Chris Brown, Ty Allen, and many more. And yeah, life's just a blessing. And recently, I've started the journey. This portion of my life is the ZEN THUG, and trying to use the tools that I've acquired over this time, personally and professionally, to kind of just spread that message to my people, because we deserve to not only achieve success professionally, but on a personal and a spiritual level. And there are tools and tips and lifestyle practices that have been there since the beginning of time that are native to our culture, and that we don't implement because we don't know about them. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not prescribed to traditionally.
Right. In our culture.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope that was enough.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I researched and I seen that you started when you got your first deal when you were 17, right?
Well, I have my first offers. I haven't signed a major record deal outside of just my publishing deals. The only
awesome
ever signed. But my first offers were when I was 17, and I pretty much got offered a deal like every year up until maybe about two years ago, where I guess everybody figured like might as well not even.
Yeah, she's not gonna sign. Independent all the way, right? That's how you feel?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the goal. I mean, ownership is important, but I think even then, like for me, it was just it didn't make sense to me. I never understood, as an artist, as the creative, and you know, the originator of the art that comes from you, why you wouldn't own the largest percentage of that. And as a kid, I guess just moving just on intuition at that point, you know, because I was in need of the money, very much, you know, disappointed when I was like, oh, my life is not about to change. What is this, you know?
Right.
When smoke clears, very much like, oh, damn, I could just do it and see, you know, there was just something in me telling me that, you know, it didn't quite match up with the worth. And I'm so happy that now we're in this climate of independence and ownership, and where that's proven to be not just for myself, it, you know, kind of on a global scale, and within the music industry and outside of, where there's this emphasis on ownership and doing it yourself, and how you can benefit from that. And of course, with the internet and this expansion of the brands and music and stuff. So, you know, it took a while, but I'm very happy that I was able to hold out and kind of, you know, stick to my gun. That aspect.
Yeah, because that's hard in this industry. I mean, I've been in it for a while too. You know, my father was in it, and he was in Lakeside, and you know, they should be millionaires right now. You know what I mean? And this industry can rip you of all the good and leave you with what's left. You know what I mean? And it is up to the artist to understand that the fame is not what the end result that you really want, because those are usually the ones that we don't see. They get the fame and then they get out. It's more so ownership, you know? And as a woman, I know, how has that been? What were some of the challenges you faced as a youth coming in, number one, a Black woman, and then you deciding not to sign? What were some of like the major challenges that you faced?
I think for me, the biggest challenge is, I guess, and I think about that now, is just coming over, like not attaching my unwillingness or my choice to go against the grain as being directly connected to my worth. And thinking, you know, and making sure that I reassure myself, even though I'm not taking the traditional, doesn't mean I'm not supposed to be here.
Right.
Even though I'm not, I still find myself in every room, you know, that your favorite artists in, or those big artists are in. So just kind of being able to recognize those moments, and taking, I guess the trials, like even when it's tough, just, you know, just taking it on the chin and not personal, because everybody's different. And I mean, it took me a while to get there. And I guess like when you're in it, like I've never been one of those people who, and maybe that's to a fault, that can kind of recognize the chips against me, or, you know, hate or whatever. I never really took it like that. You know, I just was like, okay, well, I have to do more work, because I know I'm not willing to do what they say. And I think when you go along to get along, then it's easier. But if you're not, then you know you're gonna have to do a little bit more, and your path's gonna be a little different. So, but still, that doesn't mean that, you know, doubt doesn't creep in, or, you know what I mean? You know, you have naysayers and stuff like that. But I think the biggest challenge, you know, for me personally, is just maintaining my identity, but also maintaining just the pride in that too.
Yeah.
And as I've, you know, grown in my journey, I've seen it every time I bet on myself, it always paid forward. So remembering that though, because as you take on different challenges, or go different ways, or different, whether it's this career, picking up, you know, a new side hustle or a new venture or whatever, there's still going to be that early onset, like, oh, okay, well, damn, can I do this? You have to like revert to your past history. You know what I'm saying? Like it proves itself. And, you know, it's proven that every time I kind of do, if I lead with my heart, then I'll be all right.
Sorry about that. That my clock. You know, I feel like there has to be a tipping point too, because I know when the Lady G, I remember, like, as far as like MCing, you know, I was in the system. So me and Devious, every time I would see you rhyme, I was like, Devious, we need her in the system. Like her energy, like we just need, we thought we was like recruiting for like some big time shit. We really wanted you to be a part, and we always affiliated you with the system, but your energy was just so crazy. You was just always so wired up. And then to come to ZEN THUG and be like, yo, she has like really changed. What was the tipping point for you to say, you know what? I gotta be somebody else. This has got to change. Something has to change.
I think about that, and I don't think it's about being somebody else. I think it's always in you. I think everything.
Right.
That's like forward facing. It's like I've always flirted with it. I've always been optimistic on the positive side of things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've always been very enthusiastic I've always been about people and community. I think it was just like kind of shifting my energy and, like my message in a way where, it reflected some of the, I don't know, lighter side of things, because it's all
right.
It's just about on which side it falls. I think as Lady G, it was just a lot of raw energy, and I was just wild, honestly. And
yeah,
and that was fine because
it was fine. It was raw, and I think at the time it was probably necessary. I feel like we all kind of like build up this armor for the industry to keep us alive, like I feel like before I rhymed way more, and it was like more so like hard. And when I tapped into that other side of me, it was like, okay, there's both sides of you, me being a Gemini. And I'm like, okay, you got to find those other pieces too and make that a part of your artistry. I feel like you have a good balance of that, especially that you writing for other males too, so you're bringing a balance to their mindset. And then you're bringing that out on the paper. I think that's an art form, that's a definite art form. So what, you still putting out music?
I'm still putting out music, working on a project right now. I haven't put out music in almost 3 years now. Well, not that I haven't put out music, because that's like, it's always like a misleading thing.
Right.
It's just that I've been like working and releasing in a different realm.
Right.
Pays attention. I've been busting them upside their head in the TV and film. Years straight. So, and I mean, I've not synced. There hasn't been a month where I haven't synced in the past 3 years. But as far as releases, my last release was, I want to say It's Not Over. And that was, dang, when did that come out? I want to say 2018, but that was
I have that. That's one of our songs I'm playing.
And then, but my last full project I released in December 2017 for my birthday. Dope project called 30 and 0. And I released 2 EPs that year. It was 7 Days in Atlanta, which is a part of a series that I do called 7 Days, where I go a different city or country and make a project in a week. So you guys will start
dope.
And it's really dope. So I did that first concept here in Atlanta where I am now, and made an album in a week, and we put it out maybe a couple months later, and it did well. That's I have 099 on that project, and then for 30 and 0 I have Get Loud For Me, which was the single on that project.
I got that too.
It has about 27 million streams.
Girl, I was like, this, what? Like, you moving so silent, you know what I mean? It's like a gazelle. Like, you're moving so silent, and you're making moves that, like, I aspire to, you know what I mean? I really, really look at you and say, to be able to inspire a bunch of people in many different ways, as far as artistry as well, and make an impact in music, and not have to be that person like, and so here's my plaque, and here's this, and you're not that person. You are definitely the emulation of humbleness, and I love that about you. What do you think has been your saving grace to continue to want to release music?
Oh man, I'm just too good at it. When I think about it,
I love that.
I think about it, and it's sad because it's just like, in this industry, like, you have to be a big self promoter. I've never been know. And I used to roll in a big group, and now that I don't do that or feel the need to do that, there's less promotion, you know what I'm saying? Because I've never been like, oh, hey, look at me. It's always just been, the people around me, which I greatly appreciate. And I still appreciate everyone who supports me, to this day. And maybe that's something I have to get past too, to be more of a self-promoter, so that the music and the message does reach more people. But when I think about that, and I've discovered the ways on how to monetize and to live comfortably and to maintain the amount of privacy that I like, and what I'm saying, still be able to explore new avenues and start new things without always being front facing. But when I'm like, at the studio, I'm just like, I'm never not making music. I record at least 200 songs a year. So it's like, when I think about that, if I don't get too caught up in how the message is presenting, it's just that, like, okay, I still don't feel like this is a dream where I can just, like, I'm ready to kind of transition all completely yet. Like, but I know I'll at that point, and I'm already there with like mentoring and, developing talent and doing that. But I'm not quite ready to hang the jersey up yet. I still got a few.
You shouldn't. You still have a lot in you. What I see is, like, one thing about this industry is, like, there's so many different niches. You know what I mean? We get caught up in the FaceTime and wanting people to see our face and be out here shaking our shoulders. But the reality is, it's more money to be made behind the scenes. And then it's also the installment into the youth. There's a little girl that's like, man, I want to rap, I want to produce, I want to do this. And like, they're looking for someone like you, you know what I mean? A storyline like yours to inspire them to do it. And you are facilitating that through, the programs that you're involved in. And ZEN THUG, I feel like is definitely something that a lot of youth need to see. I was so happy for my son and my daughter to see that, because they understand me and they know the things that I go through as a mother, but sometimes I go off to these things to escape, and I don't realize how much they need an escape too, and they're getting more into meditating, both of them. I don't even ask them to meditate. They meditate on their own. I catch my son out here in the yard, and I'm looking at him, and he's like in silence, and he smokes weed, he'll smoke his little joint, and he'll just sit there and just zen it out for a minute. I'm like, wow, like, that's me, that's me, that's a little me. And I hid that from them for so long. And then to bring that out there, bring them out there with me and have them experience, and then say, man, when is the next one? Like, I want to go. That was dope. So we're going to take a little break here.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you know what time it is. Do you know what time?
Is it crunch time?
It's time for the crunch. Okay. Okay. So on the battle, what happens is, I got my backup right here. I got my crew right here, my crunch crew.
You have two things.
See, I told you, I said bring a backup, because I come through with the major crunch. Shit. So I see what you have, so I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna back off with that one. Okay. So I got these right here. You know what these are?
What's that? Plant chips?
Yes. So I'm gonna crack with a bag, if you can already hear the crunch in that. Okay. And then here's my backup. Cocoa Baton wafer cookies. So those gotta crunch. We'll pull them out so you can see. So the goal is to get one day have a sponsor, to sponsor our crunch. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get crunch sponsored. But this is going up against you. So your first one we do together. We crunch together. Oh, you got to back up. You ain't trying to show me your back up. Oh. Okay. All right. I see you got a helper over there. Okay. All right. So we do the first one together. Okay. And then you do a solo crunch, and then I do a solo crunch. On your solo crunch, you can break out your backups, okay?
To crunch louder than her.
This is gonna be crunchy.
Okay.
All right. So we crunch together, then you solo, then I solo. Okay?
Oh no, this ain't gonna do it.
She don't know what she going up against. It's gotta be loud. It's gotta get that. You gotta get right by that speaker.
All
right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Here. Me hear yours?
Nah, man, Mike, you got to get mine in the beginning.
Okay. You get the solo crunch right now. Solo crunch for you. Just break out my backup. So you do with both of yours together. Now it's your solo.
All right, my solo crunch.
Ooh, that was a good one. All right. Okay, here's my turn.
All
Here we
right.
go. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna do 2 together. Look at that.
Oh, you doing 2 together?
Oh,
Oh, you can't see me though.
I think you won. I think you won because your crunch was a little louder.
I heard it. There was the chocolate in that.
Yeah.
That
foiled my plan. The chocolate softened the crunch. Oh man. See, I do this because when I'm doing the show, I always smoke weed and I get the munchies, and I think it's so rude for me to stop and eat a crunch munch in between. So this way, we both get our crunch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we get back into it. And I usually do my commercial right here, and I'm gonna make ZEN THUG is gonna be our sponsor of the week, you guys. I want you. Is there a website? Could you tell us the website? Do you have a website or where we can get the information?
www.thezenthug.com. That's ThezenThug.com. Find all things ZEN THUG. Sign up for our next event, which will most likely, due to COVID, be another healing hike in Los Angeles. But we're also going to do one here in Atlanta too this year. So,
dang, I gotta fly to Atlanta to do a hike.
Yeah,
that sounds bomb.
It's beautiful out here too.
I know. I went to school there. I went to Clark for 2 years. So I lived there for 2 years. Yeah. I went to Clark, and then I went to Morris Brown, Spelman, all those to pick up my other classes. But I had to come back because I went there with DJ Khalil. I went to school with DJ Khalil. A whole bunch of people, girl. We know so many people down the line of each other, and like we've been in the same pathways. Like, so I heard that your mentor was Teddy Riley, right?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's very, very dope. And then your auntie was the Doggy Dancers. Was that Big Shannon's your aunt? Or who was your aunt?
Cognac.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Nelly? Yeah.
I did not know that. This industry creates such a small world. Like I said, my father was in Lakeside, and his best friend was Johnny Rogers, whose daughter was MC Trouble. So,
wow.
And so that was like one of my like mentors in the game when I first came in the game. And then you remember Nefertiti? I used to run with Nefertiti, me and her. And like I came up with a lot of people, Tamrock from Biv 10, you know, she used to rock with them. So we ran in the same little circles. I was more so, I had like 2 passages in the industry, you know, like more so in the beginning in the 90s. And then I stopped. I started in Atlanta and I came here, and then I was slightly on Ruthless for a few minutes because the group I was with was called Tab and the Villain. And we all came out here from Atlanta. I met them in Atlanta and came back here to go to school. And they were on Ruthless, and I was supposed to get signed, but then Easy passed away. And so that never really came to fruition. But we worked with Dresta, and it was just like, you know, this whole circle of LA, it's such you could circle back and be like, yo, I remember you from, you know, back in the day. Like this, just the pathways that we all make it through. And when I see that you were connected to Teddy Riley, how was that? Like, how did he mentor you?
Well, Teddy actually put together my first demo.
Oh, wow.
Shopping around like to get a deal. And, you know, he was dating my godmother who was managing me at the time. And so we just ended up working on I don't know if you remember when Guy had got back together for a while and they were working on the album. But it was me and 1500, James Fauntleroy, Rand, and Mars. They had us all
Oh,
there.
Mars. Okay, okay.
And we worked on we were working on that Guy album, that reunion album and show at Can-Am, which was the old Death Row Studios.
Yeah, I remember
You know,
that.
I'm
That was
like
up the street from my house.
17, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, shit, it's
I
old.
know you was. Did you ever have that moment where you like went into the bathroom or you went somewhere by yourself, like you met an artist and you were like, I'm about to blow the fuck up? Like that feeling like it's going down.
I mean, I don't know. I always just felt like, you know, I guess in the beginning, like when I first started taking meetings out and all that,
Yeah.
I was supposed to sign with Usher, but he put out Yeah, and you know, that album did incredibly well. He didn't really have a label in place yet, so
Right.
you know, after that, that's when we start shopping and stuff. But like, yeah, you know, just thinking, you know, going like flying out here to Atlanta when I'm in high school and then coming back, you know, to the block, like, yeah, just came back from we're going to the you
And go
know,
tell your friends like, yeah,
every
you know.
time coming back to the block, you know, like came from Soul Train, like, yeah.
Right.
But
as
but yeah,
far as the industry is concerned, like that's what I wanted to talk to you about. That's the major part of our topic is the hypersexualization of women in music and hip hop, period. You know, well, music, period, but I say hip hop because that's where you stream from. But do you feel like what I noticed about you is because you are a balance, you bring balance to the artist. I know that I don't know for sure, but has there ever been a point where you felt like, well, I got to make my presence more digestible? Or have you always been like, you know what, boom, this is me, take it as it is? And, you know, or did you feel like, you know what, I might need to change it up a bit so that I can get in here? You know, was there a moment there for you?
When I first started, like, you know, my career, I mean, that's how it was, you know, when my godmom was managing me, it was like, oh, go get your hair done, your nails done, the photo
Right.
shoot, all of that. And I did it. But as soon as I was like, you know, 17 years old, as soon as I was 18, when I saw that paperwork and I said, oh, I'm not signing this, I said, bet, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just do it my way because,
right.
You know, and let's just see what happens, you know.
Right.
And to know, I don't know. Maybe if I would have continued along that path, then maybe, you know. But one thing,
you wouldn't be the Zen Thug, man.
One thing for sure. But I can say that, like, you know, every choice that I've made, whether, you know, right, wrong, or in between, if it went my way, if it didn't go my way, I can stand on it. I sleep well at night. Well, you know, most nights it gets hot in here, but yeah, you know, looking myself in the mirror every day. I have no problem looking myself in the eye, and I think that's all it is. I think, and it's amazing to see now how many, you know, women. When you think about, you know, all the artists that have come, and I see it even now, you know, with the songwriters who've come, you know, after me and have seen the success, and then sometimes, you know, it depending on how you look at it, more success.
Yeah.
But being able to do the things that when I first did it, it was unheard of, you know.
Right.
So I think, you know, every journey that you know take, it opens doors for the ones after you. So like, yeah, I for a small blip in time, but I think the best policy, and we see that even more so now with social media and like the success of like the Cardi B's and, you know, the Meg Thee Stallions and the you know, the many of like comedians and those viral personalities that people like authenticity, and that's what's it, no matter what, or no matter on what scale. And I think just being authentic to myself has been one of the most prevalent, like, driving forces of my career, because you know, can rely on what they're gonna get from me, you know.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get Gizzle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is a great dose, you know what I mean? Because I think you've grown into somebody that is to be admired and somebody that's to be, you know, a role model. You know, I seen an interview, you were like, I'm a sex symbol. I'm a rock star.
Yeah.
It's like low key, you are, but it's not like that where you're out there, you know, putting it forth. It's like you just wavy, you know, the way you dress, you know, your drip, it's all wavy, and it's something that you look at and say, oh, I want to be like that. I don't care if she's queer. I don't care about any of that. I love the energy of it all. You know what I mean? It's something that's inspirational, and I think there needs to be more artists like that. You know what I mean? I'm excited for your project. I really think that there's a lane and there's a spot for so many different types of lanes that are opening up, and like they just waiting for you guys to step in. You know, I no longer am going to be in here rhyming, but I got some songs that I have that written, and you know, some movies that I want to put songs on that I think some powerful lyrics that to get put forth in. You know, I'm gonna definitely talk to you about that later, but you know, but it is there's just such a place for us now, you know, where at one time I felt like it was not, you know, I really felt pigeonholed in this music industry because I wanted to present this rap image, but then I also wanted to help my people, you know what I mean? And Trap Boot Camp came about because of that. I became a trainer, and I was like, how can I fuse my music and fitness together? Yeah. And then trap music, but then I was like, well, I don't even do trap music, so that ain't gonna work. So it's not trap, it's transform, regenerate, and actively progress. And that's whatever that may be, whatever makes that happen. And my journey in the music industry was 20 years, but my fitness industry journey has been 10 years. And I worked in this industry all around the Valley. I've trained all around the Valley, worked at Equinox, did the extensive training to really know how I could help my people and how I can fill a void. And now it's just the time to put that together. And the way that I feel like I could put it together is by linking up with people like you that have programs like what you're doing that can help them, and then just bringing awareness to that and not trying to, you know, hoard information, giving it to the people in the community so that they can change and transform their lives as well. Yeah. And so thank you for that. And so you have the life hack of the day. I'm gonna call it the ultimate life hack. Usually I do about 3 life hacks, but we are gonna do this. I'm introducing this to what I call my trap mates, because you stuck in the trap with us, so you a trap mate now. The ultimate life hack is going to be the R.E.M.Y challenge. So I introduced that last week. I want you to tell people what that is, because my cousin was like, yo, you introducing liquor to the health show? Like, I don't get it. Like, so explain what the R.E.M.Y challenge is.
That's everybody's thing, but you know, that's kind of the draw. You know, we are very visual. Yeah. You know how we connect, but you know, part of the ZEN THUG philosophy is if you wake up to a shot of R.E.M.Y every day, you'll be okay. And when we talk about R.E.M.Y, we're not talking about cognac and the liquor that you're used to. We talk about reading, exercising, meditating, and doing yoga. And you know, I just find that if I can do those things every day, it kind of just transforms and sets a tone for my day, because I've taken time for myself. And we talk about spending anywhere between, you know, on the low end, if you can, 2 hours, 30 minutes to each thing. But on the low end, you know where you at in life, and where you start, 5 to 10 minutes in each category each day is enough to change your life. And that's 20 to 30 minutes every day that you take just for you, you know, before you do anything else, before you offer your energy out to the world, because you can only give as much as you have, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a way of refilling your cup every day, using the reading to either learn something or, you know, unearth a gem. And all reading is, I know we all, like, especially with quarantine, everybody's like, oh, I gotta get the bag and learn a new skill. But sometimes it's just an escape, you know. You read it, you know, your favorite book, or one of your old favorites, you know what I'm saying, going back. I just reread The Coldest Winter Ever, and I was like, I forgot that was
ooh, that's a good one to read.
Like a movie. I read that.
Exactly. I was enthralled in that book. I felt like I was in there with her. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Back. So you can definitely hit your R.E.M.Y with that. And then exercising, that's self-explanatory, man. And we should all exercise every day, 30 minutes minimum. And meditating personally changed my life. And like I said, you can start with 5 minutes, just sitting still, or a guided meditation. They have plenty of those. How I personally got started in meditation was I did a 21-day meditation challenge with the Oprah and Deepak challenge. They actually have going on right now.
I saw that.
Join in and start that. I've started that one. I kind of like do it every time they come around. It takes 21 days to build a habit, so add it to your repertoire. And yoga, man, people underestimate yoga, but it's the quickest way to connect your mind and your body, because yoga is tough. You know what I'm saying? You can't just check out of yoga, because your body is going to bring you back to reality and let you know where you need work. Actually, like I was, it wasn't yoga that I bruised my tailbone. It wasn't doing. It was meditating.
What? Oh, so you were sitting on your coccyx.
Exactly. And
I know exactly what you mean.
I did it. I sat on a block to alleviate, thinking I'm alleviating pressure off my knees. And it was too much pressure on my coccyx, right? And man, when I tell you, it hurt.
I know it hurt. I did it too. I did that. And I didn't know how I did it. It was from being in class at Equinox and sitting on the wood floor. I was sitting a certain way, and then I couldn't sit like that for a couple of weeks. And I was like, well, what the heck is this? I'm like, I kept saying my booty bone, like the bone up in there. And my doctor was like, that's like your coccyx.
Like your butt. It's a weird place. So
yeah, it's not in your butt. It's like right there in the cut part. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just finished stretching, and I can't really, now that I'm acknowledging it as, I don't like to say it hurts, but or
it hurts.
Well, get better. I'm trying now. I'm like, okay, well, damn, that's going my yoga back a little bit, but
well, yeah, you can just start with that diaphragmatic breathing. Just do that. That'll help you in itself with connections. So, I want to say, every time I bring somebody on the show, I just have to just say thank you, and that my love extends beyond belief for you, because I don't know if you know, like the first Zen Thug that I went through, I was going through a breakup, a really terrible breakup. And it was also some stuff that really set with me. But Billionaire PA was at the second one, I think I went to. And he issued a challenge to me on the 19th. He said, every 19th I need to pay myself. And ever since that event, I have been doing it. And girl, I got my little stash up there and trip. So right before quarantine, we were like, shit. I have money saved, I have some shits going on, but I was like, shit, I need some money. Like, what am I gonna do? And it was like, ding, ding, like, I had put it out of my head so much that I just been gathering the money and not paying attention. And girl, it's there. Like, and I haven't touched it still. I bought a little bag and put the money back. But but it's still there. And that influenced me to just keep going and like saving. And I told my kids about it. They're doing it, so that's one of the things that I took along. And the R.E.M.Y thing, I basically started implementing that with all my clients. So I've been texting them in the morning saying, have a shot of R.E.M.Y. And I know who it works with. Like some of my clients, it won't work with. Well, one of my clients I know for sure it works with. She's a drinker. She'd be like, hell yeah, I'm going to get that ready. So she's fine with it. But it's been helping because it's not like I try to send them an encouraging message, but it's just like, boom, R.E.M.Y. I hit it and they're like, boom, okay, I got you. And it's just, I think you should write a book. I really think you need to do a self-help seminar and like, cause I'm with it. I'm totally into it.
Journals
I'm
coming.
Gonna sell it for you.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm working on the ZEN THUG journals right now too.
Yes.
To kind of aid that process and build that habit, with R.E.M.Y and those tenets and kind of just walking everybody through the ideals behind it, but then also a way to, keep yourself accountable. Because I think the biggest thing is just accountability on the journey,
Yes.
It must start with yourself and then those closest to you, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I want to challenge you to, if you're not doing nothing on Fridays, you and your girl to go on YouTube. I'm doing live workouts at 10:30 a.m. on YouTube, and we just did the Poppin' That challenge, but I won't make y'all pop and twerk. But I know. But so she gotta learn to Poppin' That challenge. It's the Bliss's song. It's the Bliss's song. So I'll be dropping the tutorial next week. But on Fridays at 10:30 a.m., I'm doing a live workout on YouTube. And it's a 30-minute hit to keep you sweating and get you ready for the weekend and keep you strong and strength. So that'll be great to add to your R.E.M.Y if you get a chance to do something you want to do.
Oh yeah, no, we'll definitely tap in. Say no. Yeah, we got the R.E.M.Y challenge. We challenge you back.
Yes, we on this. We are on the R.E.M.Y challenge.
21-day R.E.M.Y challenge. It takes 21 days to build a habit, starting Monday, August 10th. And it's more like a personal thing with like close friends. And as we build out the structure. But yeah, we want to start drilling that philosophy into people's heads and really just seeing, when we start this challenge, what are the changes that we see? Because you're going to see changes. If you do it every day, you're going to see changes. You're going to finish a couple books. You know what I'm saying? You should be more fit in some aspect, you know what I'm saying? Your mind clear, focus, and then you'll be a little more limber with the yoga. I know you ladies love that. Throw that leg behind the head.
Throw it back one time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say also to you, I seen something that I thought was super dope. You said that your fantasy project would be co-produced by Timbaland, Fidel, and 1500. Then you said the song would be featuring Jay-Z, Kanye, Tip, and Lauryn Hill. But it'd be written by James Fauntleroy and who else? It was 2 other artists. But I thought that was interesting. Is that still your dream song?
I mean, damn, that was a while ago, but I mean, that shit still sounds good.
That sounds fire. I was like, whoa, that better be a hit right there, boy.
I mean, well, you can't even really fuck that up, honestly. But yeah, I think that's still pretty close to the same. Especially production wise, definitely Tim, Pharrell, and Rance and Mars. I think production is pretty close to the same. Features, I don't think that's changed much either. I love the whole feature. I mean, Ye goes through his thing, but he's still Ye. You know what I mean?
He's still Ye though, yeah. That's my Gemini brother. He can't do no wrong to me. I just don't think about the bad shit he do.
Exactly. Lauryn Hill, man, that's still the thing. But if I couldn't get Lauryn Hill, I could maybe take like what's the new age version of all those people? There's some new ages. All right, let me think about this. So I take that all the same for sure.
Okay.
If I could bring that to 2020, right?
Okay.
And let's say with like the future of what it would be, I would say production wise, I'd take a Boy Wonder.
Ooh.
Boy Wonder and this is tough. I'm gonna take Boy Wonder. I'm gonna take Camper.
Ooh, you going? Okay, you bring it up today. Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring it up today. I'm gonna take Boy Wonder, take Camper, and I'm gonna take my bro Willie Will because he understands me.
Yes. Okay.
And for features, I'm gonna do Don Toliver.
Okay.
NBA YoungBoy and Tish.
Oh, NBA YoungBoy. I like NBA YoungBoy. Wait, what was the last one?
And Tish Hyman.
Okay, that's new for me. I don't know that artist. Okay, that's new for me. Okay.
Disappointed, but I like what I like. I'm not lying. I love these people. I stand for these people.
I like that.
For writing, we still got to keep Fauntleroy. I'm gonna let Neo go for just a second. And
okay.
Bring Stara, and I'm gonna bring Nisha.
Niche. Okay, so those are new. Those are new for me. I don't know those two. Okay.
Of what, you know, and it's so many people talented doing their thing. It's tough to kind of do it on the spot, but I just kind of think about. I also really love Coffee too. She's super dope.
Oh yeah, I like Coffee.
I like, you know, I kind of think about like when I hear music, it's so much music out there, but you know, and for me it's periods of time, but
yes,
but that inspired me like different things. You know, Don Toliver, I think just his approach to music is just super dope, and you know, he's got the melody, but his concepts are cool. You know, he has that I really like. And I'm like, damn, who just makes a song called Cardigan? It's like my type of guy. It's like
right.
NBA boy, you can argue with his work ethic and that energy. You know, it reminds me, like you said, when I was young, it's just that energy. It's just
yes,
like, I'm here. This is what I'm doing. You know, the internet, like, you know, being able to see all that, like that's inspiring. It's like, oh shit. It's like young, it's got that fire, and it's just like, yeah.
He got the fire. Like there was a song for the longest. I kept trying to tell my daughter, because I listen, but I don't like really listen. Like when I hear it, because she plays it, and it was a song. I kept saying, Queen, what is this song? And he goes, nickel, nickel, pow, pow. And she was like, Mom, what are you talking about? Nickel, pow, pow, pow. That thing go. I 2006. Yeah, I mean like Gucci. I was like that. Yo, he know how to ride the pocket, and then like he just got the little bounce to it. It works. It works. I can't hate him. I like it.
Yeah,
I really like it. So I wanted to talk to you. How do you feel about the new song that just dropped last week? WAP. Have you heard it yet? With Meg and Cardi.
I love Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. My girl likes the song, so I love it. You know,
I like
it in my house now because that song is out. About that, you know what I'm saying?
I love the song. I was just like, I want to see. I'm never like you said. If we're gonna do what we do, I'm happy to see women getting it. But I just want for us to be able to have a hit song where we ain't talking about our pussy. Like, I mean, but pussy sells records, and I'm with it.
Make the world go around.
Pussy make the world go around. Lord have mercy. I mean, and that's a healthy thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, and I guess it's just, you know, like you said, it's just one of those things, man, where everybody's on their own journey, and you can't downplay or judge what people have to do. You know, I think there's tons of takeaways. You know, don't kill the messenger, just take the message. And you know, right now, people being authentic to themselves.
That's right.
You don't have to agree with what they got going on. That's where you got to have your own mind. You know,
that's right.
You know, is it something that I subscribe to? No, but can I hear it and enjoy it and go on with my life? No. Can I
exactly
be like, oh, okay, they doing their thing, the visuals are fire.
They are.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I appreciate it? For sure.
Right, yes. And that's what I appreciate too. I was like, man, the color scheme was dope. The idea of it, the you know, the idea that they had the two the outside of there, the two women like bent over. I thought everything about it was dope. The concept was dope. And I was like,
shout out to
oh yeah, it's a video. You seen the video?
Yeah, I seen it.
You did? Who did you say shout out to?
Sukiana.
Who's that?
She gonna be the next, like, you know, I don't know. Cardi. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to be like.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, but I fuck with Sukiana. I fuck with her energy. It's the same thing. It's just that authenticity. And like I said, you know, if you got kids, you know, you might want to filter some of the message, but other than that, you know, just enjoy people making the best of their situations and doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I'm you know, all about it.
All about it. I put up 3 songs. You already mentioned 2 of them, but the one song that really stuck with me was Melanin. I really love that song. I love it. I love the approach, because I think it's the perfect approach for a young boy, little black boy, to hear. I think what you spoke about it into the song. When I listen to your lyrics, like every lyric that you write is uplifting, and no matter it. I mean, I know with some songs like, you know, sex songs, but uplifting, you know, to where like it was one song I was like, okay, this song with what's the name with Ty Dolla $ign, the drive-in, the first bar is driving. I was like, okay, well that's not gonna be the intro song, but I like it.
Lady G right there. So you know,
that was Lady G, exactly.
I can't be responsible for nothing Lady G said.
I like how you separate yourself from her. I love that. She gone. She ain't here no more.
Well, she comes back every now and again. But,
okay, at the appropriate time.
even then, I cannot be responsible for nothing. Like, who you, Lady G? I'm like, I don't know who you ran into last week. With Gizzle, the Zen Thug is here. How do you?
Nice to meet you. The Ruby Challenge has begun. Well, on that note, I want to thank you for being a guest on the Trap Bootcamp podcast. It's always a good time, and I'm so happy to share your information with my followers. It ain't many, but we trying to grow. But everybody that I come in contact with, I'm trying to tell them about it. I'm like, you got to look it up, and I feel like this is the best way to get the word out and just show people that there's so many different approaches to being healthy from the inside out. And you have created something that in each person in the community can identify with. A young little boy right there in Atlanta, right there around that college, that area, they can identify with it. And my kids can identify with it, and I can identify with it. So it's a universal message that needs to be spread, and I'm here to help spread the message. So thank you for being a guest and a friend and all of that, sister.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you. Support you. You already know I'm here. We're here as a community for you, whatever you need. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time.
All right. Just let people know where they can find you at, where they can download some new songs, what you have coming forth right next. What's next for you?
Okay. Well, my name is Gizzle. You can find me on Instagram. It's I'm Gizzle. It's IMGIZZLE. You can also find all things Zen Thug at on Instagram at the Zen Thug, TheZenThug. Also on thezenthug.com. So that keep you updated on all our events and things we have going on. We get ready to, like I said, we're gonna drop the journal and a few other tools and products to help everybody on their journey, just to tap in with yourself. New music coming soon. We mixing it.
Yes.
Working.
What's the project? What's the new name of what's the project name? Do you have it?
Toss up right now. We're calling it Second Wave.
Okay.
But,
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm still working on it. Yeah, we like that so far. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are like the ultimate wavy artist. So that I like that. That works. I like it.
We're super excited about that. So just be on the lookout for that. We're in the process of mixing right now. So yeah, I'm excited to just have some shit out there just for people to touch and hold and all that. But yeah, man, other than that, man, I'm gonna just be around here working on myself. You know, I guess, you know, that's what works for me. The more I work on me, everything else works out. So yeah, I'm around if you need me. Like I said, it's Gizzle, Gizzle. You can pretty much just type that in anywhere, you'll find me.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll get you all the information you need, everything through, you know, you'll get all the posts and the promos and stuff for this week, okay? And if you can, just send me over the Zen Thug logo and the small bio so I can post it on the page, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you so much again. Tell your girl and your mom, who I love to death, I said, what's up? And have a great weekend, all right?
All right.
Thank you again.
All right. Peace, fam.
All right. Take care.